Hi everyone, Alex Tardy from National Weather Service here to update you on the potential for an atmospheric river. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, another Pacific storm will draw in deep tropical moisture across Southern California for moderate impact, locally high impact because of too much wind and rain. Here are the highlights. This is the second storm of the season, this one an atmospheric river. The main storm is Tuesday and Tuesday evening. We will see rain linger into Wednesday morning, and also snow levels come down Wednesday morning with even some showers running through Wednesday. Periods of rain Monday afternoon and evening. So we are seeing rain develop in the San Bernardino Mountains, and there will be some rain this afternoon and evening for Orange County and San Bernardino regions. The Monday night through Tuesday night is our primary storm. So it looks like November 8th, Tuesday. 1 to 2 inches for coast and valleys in general. 2 to 5 in general for the mountain foothills. Now locally 8 to 10 inches. Yes, 8 to 10 inches of total rain areas either side of the Cajon Pass. Now important rainfall rates that cause flooding and flash flooding in urban areas or even burn scars. We could see up to a ½ inch per hour on some of the slopes with peak rates of 0.75. The snow level, also important for runoff, mainly above 7,000 feet, though it does come down on Tuesday night. Okay, what do I mean by a possible atmospheric river? It's developing as we speak. It's part of the old one that moved through the Pacific Northwest that's over us right now, and a new one with the arrow shown over the eastern Pacific that is forming and intensifying, waiting for that colder air or the storm in the Pacific to arrive and draw that moisture and increase that wind into Southern California. Okay, it does look like it's going to be at least a week to moderate, so we have high potential for significant rain, especially in our mountain coastal slopes. You can see the target for the peak of the atmospheric river is the afternoon and evening on Tuesday. Okay, this is the area of most concern. The yellow shaded is where we could have too much rain at once or too much rain overall. The light green shaded means you still have the threat for some localized flooding, but considerably less. And then the red shaded is targeted over the San Bernardino Mountains. So that's the biggest concern up there. On our webpage, if you're concerned about individual watersheds and rivers, check out weather.gov San Diego under the hydrology, and you'll see forecasts such as this example here for the San Diego River. The big picture, rain is going to be widespread in California, really significant for the southern Sierra Nevada additional precipitation, and then also for us here in Southern California. Now, this is a local view of the expected rainfall through Wednesday, total rainfall. You can see across the mountain slopes, there is between 7 and 10 inches in the San Bernardino Mountains. Now, for most of the mountain areas, we're talking 3 to 5 inches of rain, which is still a lot. For urban areas, even the Inland Empire, we're talking 1 to 2. Places in Orange County could exceed 2 inches of water, even in urban areas. It does taper when you go into the deserts quite a bit, and it tapers as you go further south in San Diego, where the atmospheric river may not be quite as strong, even though it does pass through Tuesday afternoon and evening. Winds that I mentioned, winds will be impactful, 35 to 45 mile per hour. It'll be windy tomorrow, Tuesday, and Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night. Mountain areas, winds could be damaging even to trees, including the high desert spillover. So some loose objects, wind-driven areas, some branches and smaller trees could fall in coastal and valley areas, and certainly similar threat even in the areas used to wind in our mountains. There's not much uncertainty, so even in the San Diego area, we're talking about 3/4 of an inch of rain to maybe an inch of rain as the best forecast for Metro San Diego. Now, is this unusual? Well, it is for some areas. The transport of moisture on Tuesday and Tuesday night in the dark shaded, it's moderate. This is a moderate level type of transport of moisture. So, in other words, the rainfall and the impacts from the rainfall will be moderate and even high in some areas that see just too much rain at once or too much rain overall Tuesday and Tuesday night. So when we look at this and track the atmospheric river moving through on weather model data, we can see the signal is evident that even moving through San Diego County Tuesday evening, the main atmospheric river is moderate intensity, and even compared to past history of the past 20 years. Wind speeds, they will be blowing. Coming up from the south, the winds are noted in the dark brown or dark orange to red shaded. And tomorrow, Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon, is when the core of the winds and also the core of the atmospheric river driven by these winds moves through the region. So strong winds are present with this system. We can look further up to about 10,000 feet, and areas like the San Bernardino Mountains, San Jacinto Mountain, and the high deserts impacted by these type of winds. These are unusual winds for this far south in November in Southern California. Where are the winds coming from? Well, a large storm system closed off is coming down from the Pacific Northwest, where they saw a lot of rain recently. It's going to drop into central California by Tuesday morning. By Tuesday afternoon and evening, it's going to place the main core of the wind or the jet stream right over Southern California, specifically right over the San Bernardino Mountains, as this area of low pressure or cold air slowly sags into our region Tuesday. By Wednesday afternoon, the storm system is just to our east, so we're still feeling the back of it, and we have much lower snow levels, and we're still in the jet stream, though rain and snow will be tapering to scattered showers. Here's a view of the forecast atmospheric river to affect Southern California. By Tuesday morning, two distinct atmospheric rivers across the region, and they are expected to become stronger with time on Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon, consolidates to one and swings across Southern California, San Diego, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino into Tuesday evening as shown here. The yellow shaded areas are the atmospheric river. Speaking of snow, high elevation snows. So when you're talking about Onyx Peak and you're talking about Mount Baldy, those areas could see over a foot of snow. If you're talking about the mountain communities, it looks like those areas may only receive a couple inches to a few inches of snow, primarily Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. The reason being is most of the snow is going to be hovering around 7,000 feet for the snow level. You can see that in this forecast over the San Bernardino Mountains. A couple things stand out. Precipitation Monday and Monday evening, and then the large, steady precipitation on Tuesday, and the snow level bouncing between 6,500 and 7,500 feet. Not until early Wednesday do we see that thin blue line where it drops down to about 5,000 feet. When you look at a map like on Highway 38, you can see Onyx Peak, all snow, but you see the Big Bear area will be flirting with a lot of rain, and then a mixture changing to all snow early Wednesday. If you go over in the Arctic Circle, you can see on Highway 18, if you predict a snow level around 6,500 feet, there's quite a bit of area still getting snow, including the highway. When you get up to 7,000 feet, it's only the highest location. So the snow level is going to be right around in that blue to occasionally down into that green area, but not until Wednesday morning do we see it come down to 6,000 feet. So some of the key summary facts. Second storm of the season after a very wet fall. So this is a great impact for ending the fire season in November and December, at least for this part of the season. Strong onshore flow. So keep that in mind. Urban areas, mountain areas, potential for damage, even in parts of the deserts. An atmospheric river, for sure. And that really increases the flooding potential as well as the flood impacts in our region from the heavy rainfall rates. Now, we're going to see the snow level come down, but most of it's going to be 7,000 feet. Colder and rain tapering off Wednesday morning, and that's when the snow level comes down. Potential for significant snow above 6,500 feet, so that really leaves it above the mountain communities for the most part. Locally heavy rain everywhere. You're going to see a mixture of rain and snow at the end down to 5,000 feet. Tuesday afternoon and evening looks like the target period for the heaviest rainfall rate anywhere, but especially in the mountain slope areas. So keep that in mind. Tuesday afternoon and evening anywhere, especially the mountain slope areas. Here are some of the totals that are expected. Coastal cities, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches. Inland valleys, 1 to 2. Locally 3. Most of this is Tuesday. Mountain areas where the San Bernardino Mountains really could be wet. Most mountain areas, 2 to 5 inches. Deserts, there will be spillover 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, especially in the western side of the deserts. The mountain areas, snowfall, looks like it's going to be way up in the peaks when you're talking 1 to 2 feet. Mountain areas above 6,500, a big range, anywhere from just a couple inches to near a foot at 7,000 feet. The mountains in the lower elevations, just a couple inches most likely towards the end of the storm Wednesday night. Okay, here are some links for you to check out. If you want to monitor the weather conditions, go to those 2 links. If you just want to see what the alerts are, what are the watches, what are the advisories, what are the upgrades to warnings, what does a flash flood watch mean, and what is that covering, go to weather.gov or weather.gov GIS. Otherwise, you can monitor the weather at the links shown here. Stay safe, prepare for the wind, prepare for the rain, and in some areas, excessive rainfall.